Good morning, folks. How are you this morning? Oh, a bit wet outside. I went for a walk this morning, took my umbrella with me. I walked for an hour, a bit over an hour actually. You got to walk, don't you? You got to have your exercise each day. Now listen, today I want to talk to you about a four-letter word, starting with W. And it's called work. W-O-R-K. Do you know what work means? Everybody has to work. There's only one way to make money in this world, and that is to work. You might say, no, I don't work. I make money, but I don't have to work. Listen, let's consider this. Have a look at all the things that you got around you. Everything that's in the room at the moment. I'm looking at a desk. I'm sitting here down, and I've got a desk, a wooden desk. Now, this wooden desk would not be here without somebody went to work. Everything that's given to us in the world is free. Think about this. The timber that made this desk was free. God gave us a tree. He gave us a seed to plant in the ground. We planted the seed in the ground and the tree grew. And then we had to mill it. Then we had to make the table. You see, everything in the world comes from out of the ground. Can you name something that didn't come from out of the ground? And can you name something that was created without work? Someone has to work. This pen came from out of the ground. This pen was made because someone went to work. The ingredients were free. The composition of the thing was free. God put it in the ground for free. But we had to work to get it out. So everything is labour. I want to tell you about a friend of mine. I had a phone call last night about our state. It was my mate Tom. Tom lives in Tigawiti, where I used to live. And Tom rang me up and we had a bit of a yarn. And Tom was a sheep shearer and I was a sheep shearer. And we used to shear down in Timaru at a place called Burwood Station for a bloke called, he was an All Black. What was his name? Just about. Sorry, bit of Alzheimer's kicked in there. Bill Hazlitt was his name. Yeah, Bill Hazlitt. Oh, hard bugger. He used to played for the All Blacks. Hard man. But anyway, he had a big sheep station, you see. And we used to shear. And Tom was a fast shearer. And the slowest one was Colin, and he was on the end stand. There was 8 stands. And the sheep had got wet, you see. But it blows quite hard down in Tiana, and the sheep dry quickly. So we finished the shed, and Tom said, well, I must go and see if the sheep are dry. Now, Colin was on the end stand, and he was the slowest. And he said, listen, bro, leave the sheep where they are. You're hungry, bugger. You're just hungry for money. And Tom stopped, and he turned around, he looked at this young fellow, and he said, listen, boy, you are shearing for a job. I'm shearing for money. Now what happened is, Tom got a farm. The bloke that criticised him finished up as a stop-go man on the roadside, holding a stop-go stick. You know what I'm saying here? Work. Everyone has to work. I'm looking at a computer, and you'll be looking at a computer too. Think about this computer. What's it made of? Well, mine looks like it's made of plastic. There's a bit of glass up here on the screen. Mostly plastic. And where did the plastic come from? It came from out of the ground. Someone had to work to get that out of the ground. Now, when I push a key, a lot of things come up. You're watching me on a video at the moment. Now, the reason you're able to do that is because somebody had the idea that it could be possible. A fellow by the name of Bill Gates was the inventor of Microsoft. He's a multi-billionaire. Did he work? Of course he worked. But how hard did he work? He imagined in his mind that one day people would be able to talk to each other on a computer and see each other, just like you're seeing me now. Somebody had to think of that idea. You had to work to think of the idea. You don't just get ideas without working. Now, most people get out of bed in the morning, they don't like to go to work. If it's Monday, oh God, I got to go to work. Hate work. And I guess the guy that made this computer makes all the plastic components. He's on he'd be on a line, handing it down, one from the other. I remember going, when I gave up shearing, all the shearers used to go to the freezing works to work, you see? And I went out to the freezing works to see what sort of work they were doing out there. And I got out there, and here's an old shearer, and he's got a liver from a sheep, putting it down one hole, and the heart he put down another hole, and he sat there on the line, putting hearts and livers down holes. And I said, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to work in the freezing works and be a robot. No. Work. I want to do something. I want to get out of bed in the morning and enjoy it. My wife goes crook at me. She's going crook at me because I won't do the garden. She said, Ron, you've got to weed the garden. You sit on your backside all day in front of that computer. You've got to go out and weed the garden. And what about that painting? You haven't painted that fence. You started painting, you haven't finished it. I said to Margaret, listen, Margaret, I don't want to be a gardener. I'm not a gardener. I don't want to be a gardener. I don't want to be a painter. I want to work in something I like doing. And right now I'm doing a video and I love it. This is what I want to do. I could be out in the garden, but I can earn money by doing this video. Right? This video can get me some money. And then I'll have enough money to pay a gardener, won't I? And pay someone to paint the fence. You got to do the thing you want to do. One of my goals is to travel the world, speaking to millions of people on motivation. And some people say, that's impossible. Why not? Other people are doing it. There are people travelling the world, speaking to other people on motivation. Why can't I? I'm a good speaker. I'm doing it because I love the work. Someone's going to ring me up one day and say, Ron, would you come on the television and tell people about the work, the four-letter word called work? Yeah, you got to work. No doubt about that. Listen, every day I come in here, tell you my life story. And just before I go, I want to tell you about my birthday. I was born on the 15th of January, 2013. No, not 2013. 1941. I'm 72. Tom, the shearer. Tom Bro's his name. He's got a mate, Snow Quinn. They were both good shearers. They came from the King Country. And I didn't know that Tom, Ron, and Snow were all shearers together, and we're all born within a few days in January. So we might have a big party one day and celebrate our birthday. We're all born within a few days in January of each other. Okay? Just a bit of useless information there. Just in case Tom Bro hasn't... By the way, Tom Bro hasn't got a computer. He doesn't know how to turn it on. He's got to get his wife to turn it on. Okay? And most old people haven't got computers. Okay? But anyway, lucky I got one. And I'll see you later. Look after yourself. Don't forget, I'm going to the railway today because there's a big train coming in Timaru and I'm going to go and video it. See you later. Bye-bye.